How's it going, guys? PackDaddy here, bringing you sort of an unconventional video. Now, a while ago when I was in Division 1, I got kind of tired of just the hustle and bustle of it all, grinding it out, trying to win those titles. I wanted to take a step back, so I went to a new account, got a team full of uncommon players. There's nobody on this team above an 84, and I sat there building this team, and I'm like, you know what, I bet there's some hidden stats in these players that after they all combine together can make for a really powerful team. So what I want to do today is share with you the team that I'm playing right now. I'm going into Division 4. I just won the Division 5 title, 33-4-2. Team salary 1/3 of what my regular Division 1 team is, about 43 million pucks. So I wanted to show you guys what's going on with my team. Some of the players that I found had some really cool hidden characteristics hidden inside of them that blow most of the good cards away. As you can see the record, this team does pretty well. Then again, you have to play good defense because nobody on this team is above an 84, as I said before. So that's where we're at right now. So we're going to start things off by noticing that Team Wheel is the only synergy that I have activated right now. That's something that I'm like, I need this one. It's a very good synergy, and it requires 8 attribute points. So the first thing you need to make sure you have is need to make sure you have a Fiddler as your head coach. It gives you 3 of the points right there, so you're almost halfway to it. The other cards are Lindholm, De La Rose. There is also, let's see, Eric Condra, Nieto, and then for the final one, which is it? Oh yeah, that's right. It's my backup goalie, Anton Khudobin. So he's the 8th and final Team Wheel stat. So now that we're here, we're just going to look over at Andrei Vasilevskiy. Andrei Vasilevskiy is a very underrated goaltender in this game. He's an 83 overall, but he plays so much better. I've played him in over 30 of my games. He's had one bad game, and I'm pretty sure I still was able to pull the victory out of that one. His stats do not really represent him well. He's kind of the opposite of the Patrick Laine milestone card I had. His stats play so much better than what it shows on his card, whereas Laine was the opposite. He was like a 90 milestone and he played like garbage. Great player in real life, but not. But in this game, Andrei Vasilevskiy is a really good pickup for goalie. So going back to offense now, we're going to start to look at some of these players. Now, out of all of these players in this offense, what do Movember Backstrom, Eric Lindros Milestone, and Trevor Linden have in common with one of these players? It's actually Boyd Gordon. Boyd Gordon has a 91 overall faceoff stat. It's a fantastic stat, and it's really good. Not too many people have that faceoff stat. I mean, Patrice Bergeron is up there, and I mean, most people think Stats needs a good pickup. Boyd Gordon actually has the same faceoff stat that 88 Team of the Week Paul Stastny does. Now, granted, he's not the best skater or anything, but I'm trying to go for an all-common team. No rares on this team, and Boyd Gordon Series 2 has a 91 overall faceoff stat, so that is a really good pickup. So other than Boyd Gordon, I still have other people on my team who have a really high faceoff. Steve Ott has an 88 overall, and Jay McClement also has an 88 overall faceoff. So those are really good cards, which leads us to our next player, Travis Konechny. He is an 84 overall center. He was an additional card that was added as one of the updates for the Philadelphia Flyers. And as you can see from his stat right there, that 90 overall skating, he has something special hidden inside him. If we look at his upgraded stats right here, you can see it's 95 acceleration and agility, and his speed is also 95. Couple that with the Team Wheel we have on, and he has 3 stats pumping out 98 overall stats. And if you look at some of these young guys, the slap shot power, slap shot, and the wrist shot power, as well as your discipline and your durability are all very high. That's very common out of young players in this game. Since they're young, they're energetic, they like to give them those stats that make them just absolute beasts. So that's a really good card to pick up because I love having fast guys with that Team Wheel activated. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and flip up the synergies so we know what guys we have covered so far. So the next player we are going to be talking about is a guy who has very strong offensive skills, and we're looking here at Jonathan Drouin and Mike Ribeiro. Which one of these guys do you think has better offensive mindset? It's actually Mike Ribeiro in this one, not Jonathan Drouin. Jonathan Drouin's good, we'll talk about him later, but look at the stats right here in the puck control area. The puck control itself is 93, passing is 93, hand-eye is 86, and deking is 92. So overall, those stats are very good when you want to have a guy like this on the power play, you want to make sure that you're making wise decisions. And so when you have your deking, your passing, and your puck control, this guy is a lethal force to be on your team, and he's an uncommon card, 84 overall. Some of these guys, when they get older, they cannot really perform as fast, I guess, as most of the other players in the NHL. When I was watching Andrechuk during his last days as a Bolt, it was really cool to see. He had some of the silkiest, smoothest movements on the ice, but as soon as he tried to book it past somebody, he'd get the puck taken away. So these guys really have to adapt to survive, and that puck control is really what it does. Ryan Reeves over here, on the other hand, I just picked him up because he has 93 checking. It's nice to have some huge guy on your team who can lay some hits, apply a little bit of pressure, and just kind of scare the opponent sometimes when you want to try and kill him. So he was somebody who had the most checking out of any common team. Jonathan Drouin, we'll visit him real quickly. He's a really good card, really underrated. I don't know how he's an 84 overall. He's got to be at least an 86 or an 87 in NHL 18 when it comes out next year. So we're going to go ahead and look at his stats right here. And if you notice, he has good agility, good acceleration, and his wrist shot accuracy is 85, 87, 87, and 88. Those are pretty good stats, I would say. He's a really good sniper, but it pales in comparison to Thomas Vanek. If we look at his advanced stats right here, we see that he has 88, 91, 90, and 90 in the shooting department with his advanced stats. Now this is the only uncommon card with accuracy and power this good for a shot. So his stats actually with an 86 are very low. I mean, if you look at the inside stats, the advanced stats on this card, it's actually much higher than the 86 that it represents him as. So I think he's a solid pickup. He's the only uncommon card with stats that good. Once you start getting into the rare cards, you start hitting Phil Kessel, you start hitting Marian Gaborik, and so all of those players are notably good shooters, so having him as an 84 overall on my uncommon team was a must-have. And you actually might think that, you know, he doesn't have that good stats if you just look at it. With 86 being the highest overall, he's actually a very sneaky pickup, and so that's a guy that I wanted to have on my team. So that's it for the offense. There's not many more secrets there. If we switch on over to the defensive side of things, you'll see what I'm rocking, and it's a mixture of having some strong blue line presence, but also having some speedy guys so that if a breakdown happens in my zone, I got some speedsters who can carry the puck out and be a threat to them. So if you notice, I have some skating stats, at least at an 87. With that team well activated, some of those guys are pushing 90 plus. And I'm also making sure that those guys, whenever they go up, I got some strong guys on the other side, like for instance Dalton Prout right here with the 90 overall checking. And I want to make sure that when it comes time to lay a hit and pinch some guys on the boards, they're going to be able to do that. So with John Moore right here being a speedy little devil, 91 skating overall with the team wheel, he's definitely a threat, and it definitely throws people off when it's an all-uncommon team, but I can still book it down the ice. So I definitely encourage everybody to try an uncommon team. It's very rewarding just because it makes you confident again in the game, and it also makes you think a lot smarter, because if you have a team of all-stars and you're going around flying around everybody all the time, you get used to that certain way of thinking, and it's kind of unresponsible if you don't have a team that's stacked. So when you have these players that are all uncommon, they're all pretty slow, you really have to get down to the basic fundamentals of the game and essentially teach yourself or reteach yourself patience and looking for good plays, trying to cycle the puck, getting actual good looks at the net when some of your guys don't have a shooting accuracy of like 95 and higher, like some of the cards you're given, like the Mike Richards for instance. Unbelievable stats. So I definitely encourage you guys to try this. It's a lot of fun. I've had a lot of success with it. I didn't think I would have that record where I am right now heading into Division 4. So those are some of the guys that I kind of feel have the secret stats that are awesome. Boyd Gordon, McClement, and Ott. Really good face-off guys. Get those guys on your team. Try and get Team Wheel. I know sometimes people put Lindholm up for about 3,000 pucks. Just wait till it dips down. I think I snagged mine for 1,500. They do kind of go more expensive because people know that those are the cheap Team Wheel people, because it's probably one of the most expensive synergies to get. Mike Ribeiro, really good stick handler, really good passing guy, really good just a playmaker on the power play, so you want to have him on your team. And Vanek, very sneaky shooter. But then again, you can see he's not the leading goal scorer on my team. It's some of the other guys. So that's what I love about this. As I said before, it's a group effort. This team really comes together. You really get to see everybody work as a whole because nobody really stands out on this one other than those basic stats like doing faceoffs and stuff. Everybody has to work together. You really have to use your entire team. You can't just rely on the Movember Austin Matthews you have to make a play every time. Sometimes I get Sullivan as a crutch. I'm like, he's getting the puck, the Hut Hero Sullivan. If I just give him the puck, I expect him to book it down the ice and bury one for me. And I can't really do that from time to time once you start getting those really good players, and then all of a sudden everything that you know in your play style is completely thwarted and you have nothing left to try and actually generate goals from. So playing with a team like this, you kind of have to learn new ways to score, a lot smarter ways to score, how to fend off some blocks, how to block more shots, and just overall new ways to play the game. So once again, I encourage you guys to try out a all non-rare team. It's a lot of fun. I've had a lot of fun with it. I think I want to start challenging some of you guys. Usually when I hop on, I just want to play a few games. So if you guys are on Twitter, be sure to follow me. I'm going to be tweeting out just like, hey, anybody want to play a random friendly against my all uncommon team, or my all unrare team, I guess you could say. So be sure to follow me on Twitter for that one. If you guys did enjoy this video, please leave a like, comment, and subscribe to the channel if you are new. I'm going to have an Ultimate Wheel video coming out tomorrow. I've just been wanting to do this video for a while because having a lot of fun with this all-common team. So I hope you guys can use some of the suggestions in this video to build your all-common team. Let me know what your guys' record is if you can make it to Division 4. Hopefully you best me. You guys probably can. You got some good danglers in this group of subscribers. So I hope you guys have a good day. This is PackDaddy. I'm out.